Well, thanks for still staying with us here on the AM show. Well, we had the president speak yesterday about the coronavirus, his 11th address. We know that the numbers are still going up. Let's have a conversation with the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kuma Abuaje, who's joining us via phone right now. Good morning to you, Doc. Thank you so much for your time.
Good morning.
All right, Doc, is there something else that's happening in terms of the coronavirus? Is there, particularly because we're not either wearing masks or doing, following the necessary protocols, is that why the cases are still going up from where you sit?
Yeah, thank you. The epidemic, I would say, is not over. I mean, we're still going to have cases. Obviously, adhering to the protocols of wearing masks, hand washing, and then social distancing is very crucial to reducing that. You and I know that adherence is not as good as we expect, especially in the areas where the cases are so much like Accra, Kumasi, Sekeni, Takoradi, and a bit of the Cape Coast or Western Central region. These are worrying signs. But what we are also noticing is that there are flare-ups of, I would say, institutional flare-ups, which add to the number. I can give you an example. We can have one case of a place in one region where you add close to 100 cases from one institution alone because of another outbreak, which is quite common in this outbreak because of the rate of effectivity. If there's any breakdown on it, then you can have a flare-up in those places. But those ones are very easy to isolate and contain, and so that is done. So those also contribute to the high numbers. And so if you take some of those 80s and 50 in some mines and all those things, you still will see that in terms of the general spread, it may not be as alarming as we are thinking of. So an adherence to the protocol in institutions and in places is very crucial if you are going to see a decline. And we are not going to see a decline in the number of cases, the cumulative case. Everyone that can, even if it stops having, that number will remain static. It's not going to come down. So, but the most important are the active cases, those we have been able to treat, and those who have recovered, and those, unfortunately, we have lost. And so that tells you these are the numbers we are currently dealing with. We still have a significant number of regions where the spread is virtually either stopped or under great control. In the last few weeks. So those are, we have more of Ashanti, Greater Accra, Western and Central, and of late, one or two districts in Eastern region where we've had some cases. Otherwise, that's how the numbers, that's the real explanation of the numbers. Some of the surges are institutional screening, high-risk group screening, where you can find an outbreak. You might have a positive case, you follow up to the contact, and you see that a whole workplace is infected, and that will add to the numbers.
So, Doc, we've had some scientists say that the virus has mutated. It is changing. Is it how we're viewing it also in Ghana? Is it changing?
Well, it changes, but we don't have any evidence that we have seen any mutation yet. Maybe in Oguchi we'll do some of the sequencing again for us to see whether there's been any change. But we didn't have one. We have several strains in the country. So from what Noguchi did, was just one strain, a few strains that had, common, but a few changes, the China one. And we had all models that were coming in. So I believe that that's what will happen.
Is there something more that as citizens we need to do? Because if we're washing our hands, we're wearing the mask, we're doing all the necessary things that we must do, and we're still recording cases, do you think there's a lot more that we perhaps are not paying attention to?
Those three things work if you adhere to them. And you and I know that adherence, you just have to stand in front of the Joy FM studio and watch people pass, and you see the level of adherence, both in social distance, wearing of mask, and it's those ones you have to. And so the adherence is not good, and that's what we continue to encourage people that we need to learn adapt our life to be able to do other things. Because we cannot do everything because of the virus. So we need to protect ourselves, protect everybody else, so that other things that we normally do can happen.
How helpful would the mandatory wearing of masks that comes with sanctions if you don't comply? How would that help? How would that help the fight?
It will help. It will ensure some increased level of adherence. And especially, there are 4 regions where we have the cases in percent. So if you're able to contain, you're able to reduce them in those places. But those people, when they travel to other regions where there are no cases, there's no point for them to go. All the ones we have been seeing in, say, Bono East, Ahafo, are people who have traveled from or been relocated from places like Accra and Kumasi to go there, and they are the ones that stay for. So that adherence to be very good. I mean, you are able to protect yourself and others for a few days. Even if you get killed and you don't pass it on, and that's what has helped in many countries where they made the wearing of masks compulsory, especially parts of Europe, and we have seen the numbers. So it's something that I think the media will support. That it's not just the punitive action, but it's something that will protect all of us.
Doc, last week, some of my colleagues followed the AMA as they went to bury some 4 persons who had died because of COVID-19. There are family members with them who raised the concern that they had not been contacted. If this was a family member who died of COVID, then they expected that somebody from the Ghana Health Service would have done a follow-up and done the necessary checks. I'm not sure if this has come to your attention, your reaction to that?
I thought it was very strange that you have a case who was the contact, who walked to a hospital or who was brought in by an ambulance, having picked from their home and comes to the facility and dies, and the family would say they don't know or they've not been informed. I don't think so. Maybe they're supposed to engage with the environmental group to agree on the date, and that's what we have done, of supervised burial. And that's if there was any miscommunication, that's quite unfortunate. But I'll speak to the case management team and find out what really happened. Is it everybody who didn't know or somebody in the family didn't know? That may be someone speaking for themselves, but there's no way you are going to do that. It's a family that buys the coffee. I don't know how that will happen, that we don't know who buried them.
Okay, so that would be strange that the family would say that they have not been contacted and tested. There haven't been any follow-ups in that regard.
If they did that, want to do their partner, all we do is they have them get them to go and do a supervised burial for them. The rest of it for the family.
Okay. There was also a bit about costs. What is the family paying exactly? Are they paying for, you mentioned the coffin. Beyond that, are they paying for the how the body is preserved at the mortuary as well?
I believe so. I don't think it's any mortuary fee, but I mean, because the environmental will have to manage. I mean, just like all those things, based usually are the instructions of the family, the way they want to do it. And then all they do is to do it that way. The only thing that you don't touch is they who are trained to manage their body and do whatever the family wants.
And Dr. Abuaji, the AMA environmental health workers have also complained of lack of logistics to work with. For instance, we've seen the vehicle that they transported the bodies to bury, and that's a pickup. They've asked for more logistics. Is this something that you're open to addressing?
Well, I think we have 2 agencies that are doing national response. We will engage and see how we can also assist. I think environmental health is a different agency. It is an all-sector response. So we can talk about, but I don't think that's the responsibility of Ghana Health Service to resolve this. But we can look at the issue, and then probably the ministry or the powers that be would see how those resources, those gaps are blocked.
Dr. Abuaji, finally on this matter, I mean, I went out on Saturday, drove through the Dome markets, went to quite a number of communities. And you can actually count the number of people who wear the mask. Very few people. In some areas, it's as if there's nothing happening. There's no coronavirus. I wonder if you see what some of us see when we walk around and how that makes you feel.
Yeah, we see that. That's why we continue working and ensuring that people adhere, that people see that there's a real risk out there to take themselves. I think it's something we want to do. All right. So thank you very much.
We thank you for your time as well. That's the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kuma Abuaji, there helping us with this conversation on coronavirus. Well, some people have speculated that if we continue to go the way that we're going and if the restrictions are eased further, we are likely to see massive spike in cases in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Well, you know what you have to do, you know what you must do. You have to take your health into your own hands and you have to wear the mask and take all the necessary precautions. That's the new cases. This is what is latest on the Ghana Health Service website. Confirmed cases 11,964 out of that number. We know that the active cases are 7,652. We've got 4,258 recoveries, 54 deaths. And the new cases, this was updated yesterday, 247. So that's where we stand today. Active cases, 7,652. We've heard the president in his address yesterday talk about the fact that it is mandatory and it will come with some sanctions. Well, we contacted the police. They are not speaking yet because we wanted to know exactly how they're going to take that forward in terms of what the president said. But we do not know yet. As and when we have more, we will share with you. But it shouldn't be because there will be sanctions. That's why you have to wear the mask. It's for your own safety. Please wear the mask. Stay with us. You're watching the AM Show.